Algar Productions.
This is the Post-Atomic Horror, the most comprehensive Star Trek podcast ever produced. Your hosts are Ron Algar Watt and Maggie Robotham. Episode 505, Into the Breach.
Hi, friends. Welcome to the Post-Atomic Horror. I'm Al.
I'm Maggie.
And here we are in the second and sadly ultimate season of Prodigy.
Boo. I'll miss you,
Yeah.
Prodigy.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this last week. I looked up when we were trying to figure out what we were doing, next, and just to see if the show was really done. And they said, yeah, everybody's off doing other things now. If we did the show back, it would take a long time to get the band back together. So
I saw a thing, like an interview with Kate Mulgrew, where she's like, I can't believe they canceled that show. It was really good.
Yeah. I think the only reason it got picked up for a second season is because they had worked so far in advance. Like a lot of this was already in the can.
That makes sense. Season
1 ended. So they're like, well, we already have it.
Yeah.
So someone should pick it up because it won't cost that much. It's almost done now. So because I wondered,
like, in our infinite wisdom, we will gift you with the second season
only,
and that is all because we are Netflix.
And we kind of suck.
Like a whole lot.
I remember when they were great, but
Oh
that was
God,
a very
they used
long
to be
time
so
ago.
great. You just watch anything on Netflix.
Yeah, and back when they still had discs, that I really enjoyed that. Like whatever they didn't have on streaming, you could still rent from them.
Yep.
Send it to you. It's great. But whatever.
Now,
no, I did wonder why at the beginning of this episode, like the first episode, it still said a Nickelodeon production. Like, so you're still producing it, but you're not showing it.
Yeah. Netflix presents a Nickelodeon production of Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek Prodigy.
Mm-hmm.
Eugene Roddenberry's Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek Prodigy.
Oh, no. Based on the novel Sapphire by Push?
Yep.
Is that still a relevant joke? It never was.
Sure.
All right. Well, I suppose I should kick this off as we do with the two-parters on this show. We're just going to treat it as one big episode and summarize half each.
Yep.
So, and last week I had mentioned Amanda would be joining us, and unfortunately she got her not unfortunately, but she got her COVID jab yesterday, and that always knocks her on her ass. So she's out for the count today, but she will be with us next week. So.
Oh, good. Well, we respect anyone getting their COVID jab. Anyone who can fucking figure out how to get it at this point.
All right, let's go into the breach with these children. All right, the kids have now been studying at the academy for an indeterminate amount of time. And I say this with the utmost confidence because Memory Alpha didn't know, which means that it's simply unknowable. They're all settling into their various curricula quite well. Rock is keeping up with actual Starfleet cadets. Jenkem has been paired with some seriously goody-goody tryhards, which could honestly be an entire show of its own, and one that I would very much enjoy watching. Zero is reading minds and getting a little bummed out by the fact that they can't fondle and grope like all the awkward teens and 20-somethings they're surrounded by. Murph is doing whatever the fuck Murph does, even though nobody can literally understand him, which seems more of a barrier to entry than Dal's whole I'm an augment deal, but what the fuck do I know? Dal, for his part, has not read literally one book this entire time, which is a development I hate. But it does mean he's following the whatever progress it seems like you made before is gone and now you're just as stupid as you were when we first met you model that so many other protagonists have been observing since Trek came back. I've come to think of this as the Burnham-Mariner paradigm. There's a cute getting the band back together sequence, which is something I always enjoy, even though Janeway already had them together and brought them to their assignment at the end of last season. Nevertheless, now they're met by the Doctor. Not the Who one, the singing one. You know, the hologram. Mercifully, he doesn't sing this time. In fact, they seem to have dialed back pretty much all of his most infuriating characteristics, which bodes well for the coming season, because we did actually very much enjoy that guy for quite some time. There's even a genuinely touching moment where he and Zero bond over the whole we can't fondle or grope thing. Well, maybe touching isn't the best word there. It's sweet, though. So now we're on the USS Voyager A, because the show actually remembered that Geordi put the original in his museum. And everyone goes to their various assignments, which they all seem to enjoy apart from Dal, since he's lost 20 episodes worth of character growth like I mentioned earlier. So he drags the other prodigies along on an ill-conceived mission to figure out what secrets Admiral Janeway is keeping from them. Which, given that she's a vice admiral and you guys all technically rank below cadets, is probably a lot of secrets. That's how the military works. Nevertheless, the gang follows Dal through the Jeffries tubes above the allegedly non-existent Shuttle Bay 3, where they see Janeway and the Doctor, as well as Tysus and Naum, respectively her Andorian and Tellarite brain trust, looking at a ship that isn't there. Then they decloak it, just to be absolutely certain the children get a really good look at it. Then Dal falls through the ceiling like the absolute buffoon that he is, and now Maggie will tell you what happens in part 2. Everyone, give it up for Maggie!
Thanks, Al. So, for reasons that only the plot can explain, Admiral Janeway takes the Protostar kids to a side office to tell them exactly what's happening. Specifically, the wormhole leads to Chakotay 50 years in the future, and that the new Infinity ship can go there. And whatever you do, don't tell anyone about this top-secret, super-quiet mission, Admiral Janeway says, especially not those assholes from Nova Squadron. I can't believe she thought we'd tell those assholes from Nova Squadron about the super-secret spaceship going on a space mission in the secret Shuttle Bay 3, says Dal, because he's the stupidest representation of 26 different Federation species available. And then he is shocked as the Vulcan from Nova Squad and her two flunkies head for the Shuttle Bay 3. Meanwhile, Gwyn has utterly failed to convince the alien dudes on her home planet that she's here to help, so she escapes to try to bond with her dead dad, the Diviner. Of course, this was back when he was just the. Back on Voyager, the Protostar kids absolutely failed to stop Nova Squadron from seeing the Infinity, so Dal attempts to move it to a different shuttle bay. Because, again, he is deeply stupid. Just good God. This results in him accidentally launching the Infinity into the wormhole, proving that you legit cannot take these idiots anywhere. Except apparently the Delta Quadrant 50 years in the future. So... yeah.
Go ahead.
Everyone's doing really good. Except for Dal,
everyone.
who refuses to do the homework and is mad that no one is telling him anything.
We ended last season and both of us had really turned around on him. We're like, no, they gave him an arc. We hated him at first, but he's okay now, and he's settled into the leader of this group of children role, and it's good. And now, there's a run, and it's a good, funny running joke that he has not read Temporal Mechanics 101, and because of that, he doesn't understand basic time travel shit that everyone in the audience does. Yep. And at one point, he's talking to Gwyn, and Gwyn says something future, and he's like, I don't understand. And she's like, did you read Temporal Mechanics 101? It's not just the Academy people, it's literally everyone.
It's like, I read Temporal Mechanics 101 because I gotta live in space, idiot.
Yeah. Anytime you step on a spaceship capable of warp, weird shit could happen, and you should know what that weird shit could be.
I don't want to read books at a school.
And yet, you want to study to become a captain. Well, you got to read some books, man.
I mean, clearly, this is my good thing because, as much as it's ridiculous, I think it's a good character thing. I like the focus on Dal having to learn that Starfleet is actually very different from doing whatever the hell you want on a stolen Starfleet vessel.
Yeah, he and his 5 friends had the full run of a really cool ship, and now they have to take orders from people.
Yeah, and I also really like that he is the only one who's not thriving in this environment because he spent all of this time being like, well, I know what to... I'm the captain. I'll tell us what to do. I want the big bed. I'm in charge of everything. And now he's just like, why doesn't that work anymore? Why doesn't Admiral Janeway, a woman who looks a lot like a person I had a real bond with... won't just tell me any random thing I want to know, despite the fact that I am literally the lowest rank on this entire ship.
Even of these 5 children, somehow somehow Murph outranks me.
Yep. He is, Murph has actually passed in a passing test at some point somehow.
That's true. But the episode opens with an intense battle, and it turns out it's a holodeck simulation for security guys, and Murph has excelled at this.
Yep, it's what he's best at.
I guess.
Murph, we're going to put you into a situation where you literally are constantly saving the day at the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Which is annoying if you're watching a TV show, but like for Starship purposes will work great for us.
Yeah, and you got to train for that. You can't just step in and magically do it. You have to, learn. So that makes sense. But yeah, Dal doesn't want to do any of this. This was my good thing too. Like I do like that they had to learn this. It just bothers me that he lost all the character growth that he got over the course of, like, everything that happens and everything that pushes them into, I assume, the main setting of this season is because he's impulsive and impatient and stupid. And that irritates me at this stage. At the beginning it made sense, but a season in, come on, man, don't go into the hole just because you want to go into the hole. Like, shut up.
Well, the idea that he's doing this because he's literally acting out like a child because he doesn't have attention anymore. Like, that's absolutely like a thing that character would do. It's like, dude, you spent all this time learning this stuff. It's like, yeah, but now I'm not special anymore.
The thing is, I agree with you. It is good character. It's absolutely consistent with what he's like, but also to me, it's lazy plotting. Like,
oh no, it makes perfect. Like, yeah.
If they'd found a better way to get them where they want them to be, that wasn't him driving the action, I think I would have liked it better. Yeah. Also, also they're stuck in that ship with those Nova Squadron guys.
Yeah.
So it's not just him and his friends on another adventure. It's him and his friends and the most irritating children. Like, there's a long history of this, which I think ties to your bad thing.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a sec. But
no. I mean, go ahead, please.
Oh, yeah. No, my bad thing is, so Nova Squadron is still a thing? Like, I get that there's always a team of elite, best of the best assholes because that's how the world functions. Like, but like the fact that the Nova Squadron still exists when Wesley Crusher, I'm a little fuzzy on the timeline, but I'm pretty sure Wesley Crusher killed children in the last 10 to 15 years.
Yes,
and you're still calling it that?
We are not long after Nemesis. We're in that roughly the same period that Lower Decks was in. So like post next gen, but not very post next gen.
Yeah. Like, it's a ways off, but still, I would be very iffy if I was head of Starfleet Academy to go, yeah, we should break out Nova Squadron again. That had a rich history in this school.
Yeah.
Like, just call it fucking didn't Red Squad exist in DS9 and like Nog tried to join it or something?
Yeah, that was the episodes where they were looking for changelings on Earth, and like there were those real snotty cadets working with the shady admiral.
Which, again, there's always snotty cadets working with the shady admiral. That's true of every school on the planet.
Absolutely.
I'm just like, don't call it Nova Squadron.
I think they were going for a callback, and usually their callbacks are great, but you're right, this one kind of fizzled.
Wow, those guys are members of Dead Child Squadron. Look, you can see by the small skull that they have as a badge on their neck.
I think, are we the baddies?
That's the skull of a child.
I think what happened was there are not two people saying never forget Wesley Crusher killed somebody. So like because of that, they forgot.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Like
fucking Picard using his pole to be like, Wesley Crusher never killed anybody. And anyway, it doesn't matter because he became a space god or something.
We'll find out, apparently.
He went into space with a horse.
Oh, he sure did. And don't worry about that guy. That's not Tom Paris. That's Nick Lacano. He sucks too.
He's also trying to resurrect Nova Squadron, and quite frankly, he can have it.
Yeah, in one of the Lower Decks plots we actually liked.
One of the few, the proud.
Yeah. Out of 50, I think they did 5 to 10, which is pretty abysmal and like in this modern era.
We're going to call that a failing grade, but, you know.
Yeah, well, yes, 10% is absolutely a failing grade. My bad thing. They really want to double down on all this Gwyn's homeworld diviner bullshit, huh? Like, it got real realms down there, and I fucking hated it. Just a lot of sword fighting, a lot of anointing, like just shut up. Forged in the fires of
This is the spear my father's father gave me, and the
great.
I have a similar spear.
Now I will say, seeing Essentia again and hearing Essentia again, like again, Jamila Jamil makes a great villain, and the gist of it is she got there first. Like Gwen shows up and like, great, these people don't know me, and I'll give them my whole future spiel, and I'll tell them what I learned about the Federation, and it'll all be fine. And instead, they're like, seize her, because
they literally say seize her. I loved it.
Guards. Yep, guards. Again, I'd like it better if this wasn't Star Trek. It's just like, I'm not watching He-Man, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, right.
Stop it.
Guards, take this young girl to the torture chamber immediately.
I mean, at least there were no flaming trash cans. And I did... go ahead.
I love that Essentia shows up and she's got her big, stupid, dramatic scar. And she's basically doing like the slow clap. And it's just like, well, Gwen, you tried, but you didn't get here soon enough. I've filled their ears with devious lies. And the guys are just like, yep, our ears are definitely filled with devious lies from this woman who clearly has our worst intentions in mind. We trust her implicitly.
Oh, are you suggesting that a populace would not fall behind someone who just campaigns on "I will kill you"?
Mm-hmm.
Is that too far into the realm of fantasy?
No, you're right. Sorry, okay. I forgot for a moment where I live. What a beautiful moment that was. I can't believe you took that from me.
I mean, it's not even just happening here, but it is definitely happening here. Not only here.
Listen, as someone who has been classified as a potential terrorist this week.
Yeah, I know. You writing stuff on bullets?
Yeah, the new Nick and Wilkins script.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah. This is going to be really difficult to read, Maggie. You had to write real small.
And I don't even have a gun.
I also have a bullet that has Baldrick's name written on it.
I would enjoy that over the top villain bullshit if it was something else. The thing is, I genuinely, like, as much as I bitch about this kind of stuff in Star Trek, I do like it in other things. I do love just chewing the scenery and all that. And I didn't hate it here. It takes me out of the whole Star Trek of it. This is a show that knows what Star Trek is until we get to these guys.
Yeah. I continue to have nothing for the, I don't think I hate these guys as much as you do, but I got nothing here. I shut down immediately when we go to wherever this is. I assume it's called the planet or something.
Yeah. They have they had a clear dividing line. They could have said, okay, that plot's over. Now we deal with something else. But instead they doubled down on this and they're like, now we're going to really get into it. We're going to learn about this culture. And we don't need to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I guess go back to the plot where they're looking for Chakotay.
I mean, that is also what they're doing. Okay, so the space hole has a voice saying, don't go here. Which we just saw that in Picard, where they went to a space hole that was singing at them, and it was the Borg.
Yep.
It was stupid there, too. But also, it's so obvious to me that the voice coming out of that hole is Dal.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't sound like him because they put a bunch of treatment on it, but it is he addresses her as Janeway. Nobody does that.
No, that's what Dal does.
Yes, because hologram Janeway, that's she didn't put a title before that. But anyone who was served under her would call her captain or admiral or whatever.
He refers to Admiral Janeway to her face as Janeway, and they don't do anything with it. I'm just like, she would not stand for that shit.
No, don't. You gotta it's like earning a PhD and not calling someone doctor. You gotta respect the work they put in. That's just the thing, you know?
I know you had a connection with the hologram version of me, but that ain't me, man.
Also, she's dead.
Yeah. That guy died.
I looked it up, and the planet is called Solum.
Because it's very solemn.
I guess so.
I don't know. There was a lot of yelling and running around, so.
Yeah. But anyway, calling her Janeway sucks. And Even Chakotay calls her Catherine, which I don't think he's earned, but okay.
No.
I guess so.
It depends on whether or not they did ever actually have sex off camera during Voyager.
No, because we saw in the original series movies, like they were calling him Jim. Most of those guys were calling him Jim by the end because they were old friends.
Yeah.
Like, no, Bones always did. I mean, the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like Scotty did at one point.
Oh, Scotty did, but I always thought that was like, at least when I was watching like the show and the movies before I watched anything else, I always thought that was because they were old buddies.
Yeah, they're not though.
No.
So I think it's just because they knew each other forever.
Yeah.
So my point is,
calling him Jim though.
Well, yeah, but there's precedent there. I mean, like Picard did a whole shtick where Riker is like, I guess I should call you Jean-Luc, but that's just weird.
Weird.
But he does. So yeah.
Come on, Jean-Luc.
Mm-hmm.
Almost named my kid after you, but like
talking to my dog.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be confusing? Number one.
Not to me.
You'll never guess what I called my dog. Number one.
Number one.
Guinan, I'll have a perfume in a man's hat.
Here you go.
No, a single plum in a man's hat. Floating in perfume. That's
floating
in
perfume served in a man's hat.
Mm-hmm. Not in a Guinan hat though. I can't hold that.
Well, who has room? Like, I got to share the bar with all these other people. Morn's here, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm. We had in Nova Squadron. We had a baby Morn.
Yeah, we did.
Which I enjoyed.
The fact that New Trek has just been putting Morns in the background of shots where you need like one alien is a thing that I will never stop enjoying.
No, he should be like he should have been one of those races that you just see all over the place because like they probably couldn't afford because that that sculpt I would imagine took a long time getting all those folds and everything. Like you can't make a bunch of them, but like or you could, but it would be expensive.
Yeah,
but now you could just put them everywhere. So
yeah,
it's cool. So I tipped this off in my summary already. I enjoyed seeing the Doctor. How did you feel about that?
I was pleased to see him. Like.
Okay.
Him showing up was more, there's the Doctor, than it was, oh, God, there's the Doctor. I did have the note, please don't sing for the love of God.
We both had that note.
Yeah.
Because, we got, like, longtime listeners will remember, we got real tired of that guy. Like, Picardo has such good, like, on-screen presence that we immediately warmed to him. And then by about season 3, they were just writing him insufferable and just very... What's the word? I don't know. Irritating.
It felt like every other episode was an excuse to let him do opera or whatever, and like they just kept pumping them out.
Yeah, but it was also the pretentiousness, the arrogance, it's like they wrote him as Frasier or somebody, but like it just didn't fit with the rest of it. It was annoying.
That episode where he writes the book about how everyone on the ship hates him really turned him for like that. I watched that one and I'm like, oh, well, okay, fuck you then. Like,
yeah, exactly.
What the fuck did you say about Captain Janeway?
Mm-hmm. What'd you say about Janeway?
Mm-hmm.
Which is her name, I guess.
You guys talking about Janeway in here? Get out of here, Dal.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess Mariner addresses her that way too, because that's.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
That's just Mariner. I don't want to listen to anything Mariner has to say.
Yeah, not anymore.
No.
She can't hurt us anymore. Well, she can when we get to that Strange New Worlds episode. But...
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, exactly. Ugh. Although I like that one slightly more than the musical one, but we'll get there.
Mm-hmm. I like that episode better than all of Lower Decks, so...
Yeah. I will say, this episode used something from Lower Decks I was surprised by because I thought it was just a joke, which is cetacean ops, the fucking whales.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm still not exactly clear why that exists, but whatever, you got whales on your ship.
Yeah,
fine. There'll be whales here.
I think that's great. Like,
sure.
Star Trek has had a rich tradition of whales, so fucking...
Yeah.
I can absolutely make up in 10 seconds the reason why it's a good idea to have some whales in tanks fucking floating around on your ship, Why not?
The thing is, on certain science vessels it makes sense, but on every ship, that one I need a little bit more explanation for.
Yeah.
As well. And they might have even told us and I just didn't hear it or forgot or whatever. But it's still cool to see. But what I would like to see is like a senior science officer being a real dick and saying, whale biologist.
Yep. I would like to see a senior science officer who is just a whale.
That would be good too. But I like to see that whale biologist.
Oh, yeah. Whale biologist. You're lumpy and you smell bad. I'm a whale biologist.
He showed up in one of the recent Futurama episodes. He's now a bear biologist.
Ooh.
Still funny.
No, the idea of someone going, Lieutenant Commander, what's going on? Interesting.
Yeah, but the universal translator probably catches that. Unlike Murph,
it translates to, I don't know.
But everyone, like Murph does, and then they just look at
Slimer
him.
talk,
like,
yeah, and it sucks, and I hate it. And I hate Murph.
I mentioned this in my summary, but like, if their language doesn't translate, how do they serve on a ship? Like, this is not nitpicking. This is fundamental. You have to be able to communicate with people if you work together.
It's like, well, he can hear us and understand us, and every time we try to discipline him, he turns into a weird slime thing and beats everyone up. And we just let him because he's Murph.
Yeah, I guess so.
He is Murph. Like, no one can do anything about that.
Well, I mean, they tried. They threw him out into space, and it still didn't work.
I think we should try throwing him into space a few more times.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I mean, his bosses don't like him.
No. God, he wouldn't even provide hilarious commentary for a bad movie.
No, he is the worst we can find, though.
Yeah.
So
Crow would just be like, you're giving us nothing here, dude.
So Admiral Jellicoe is still a thing.
Yes.
And he says, don't go into the time hole. And Janeway's like, oh, you're breaking up.
I heard go into the time hole. You got it, buddy.
But also, this was the episode. I never realized how much Jellicoe sounds like Jellicle, and I hate that.
No.
Yeah.
He's a lovely little Starfleet admiral.
No, thank you. Please don't. Which is my new catchphrase.
New.
Well, I've been noticing it more. Maybe I've always said it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do feel like Starfleet has a please keep Janeway away from any time-related stuff.
I mean, it's just
policy.
a good idea, you know?
Voyager did they all did some goofy time shit, but I think Voyager did the most. Like, we had that moment in Trials and Tribulations where the DTI show up and they're like, Kirk was a menace. Yeah, that's because Janeway hasn't come home yet.
Yeah, no, you don't know what you're in for, Duck.
Yeah. Right
Gomer
now.
Or possibly Luxley.
Right now, and right now is relative because of time, but
now
she's out there being a menace.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Look, Admiral, we're all very happy you got back from the Delta Quadrant or whatever, but like, would you please stop fucking with time? Never.
That's how
me and my
home,
army of Janeways plucked from throughout history.
Isn't that how they got home? Didn't they do we stole some future tech and it's just fine or some?
It was Janeway of the future came back back in time after she'd already gotten them home, and then went back and made it so they got home faster at the end of 7 years.
Probably stopped at season 1 so we could see her with the other hair. Because I remember them doing that a lot.
Tripped over like 8 7 of 9s going undercover.
Wow, that's like 56 of 9.
That's good math off the top of your head. I couldn't have done that.
This is time stables. This is memorization.
Math is hard.
Okay. Well, I mean, did you always think that? Because that might have been your first clue you were a girl.
It's true. I did always think that.
I
was definitely sitting in like 4th grade math going, math is hard. Let's make a cake for the boys. Hee hee. I did want to go to the mall, but that's because it was the 90s and the mall was the place to be.
Yeah. You did say you'd bake us a cake, though.
I did say I'd bake you a cake.
You said you'd bake me a cake.
I've made a cake now. Like,
okay. Let's
it was cupcakes, but still, the principle is sound.
Yeah, absolutely. It's baking.
Yeah, I baked.
So Amanda, like I say, was going to be joining us and she didn't, but she hasn't seen a ton of the show, but she did watch this. She actually took notes and everything. And she, not being very familiar with this, like her good thing was going to be just what a good recap part 1 was. And I just want to call that out because she's absolutely right.
It is.
It was such a, like, nothing really happened in part 1. And I mean that in a good way. I mean that in this is a different service now, and apparently Netflix doesn't have season 1.
Yeah, which is weird.
Baffling.
Yeah.
But whatever. So if you are just starting to watch and this is all you got, like, it does a good job of reintroducing you to the characters without feeling stale or repetitive, because you are getting them in new situations, but you're getting sort of new situations where you can see what they're like.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And getting, like, each character gets a moment where you're like, oh, that's what they are. Okay. And it's great. And it's very well done. And I thought part 1 was quite good, and I thought part 2 sucked.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Part 2 was all the shit down on planet that I looked at, Solum. That was.
Yeah.
And, like, most of it was that, or Dal doing real stupid things, and I'm screaming at the screen saying, stop doing stupid things.
Yeah. No, the first episode is real good at, like, oh yeah, I like these kids. The second episode is real, like, I wish they would do something interesting.
I'm hoping that was just an annoying thing to get them into where they need to be.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like now that they're in the space hole and they can go back to having adventures, like, I'll probably be good with the show going forward.
But they're going to be on that planet and doing a lot of, like at one point, someone hands Gwen a fucking holocron. Like, I've steadfastly resisted the criticism that the show is like Star Wars, but all the diviner shit is like Star Wars.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They sent her to Star Wars planet.
And I know you're done with Star Wars, but I'm still a big fan. But I already have Star Wars. It's over there. It's called Star Wars. I don't need it here.
I don't want these listen, I certainly don't want these Star Warses right now.
There was an old, I don't know if you remember, there was a sketch show called Upright Citizens Brigade.
Yeah, I remember that.
That ended up becoming like a group in a theater and like all this, but like Amy Poehler and some other guys like did this. And they have this thing, oh, I showed you this sketch and you hated it. This guy insisted he had the titular line in Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it just bothered you because, like, working retail, you had people come in and like insist on, you know, ridiculous, easily disproven things.
Oh, yeah, that was every day of my life.
You're like, I don't see how this is funny. And, like, in the abstract it is. But, yeah, if you have to deal with it. But
no, I had a guy who used to come into the bookstore and tell me he was, like, the guy that Tyler Durden was based on.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, which, like...
Yeah.
First of all, that sucks for just the usual reasons. And then I want you to think about the type of person...
Yes.
Who wants other people to know that he is the guy Tyler Durden was based on.
It reminds me of the bit in What We Do in the Shadows, the movie, where he's the guy just turned into a vampire and he says, you know that movie Twilight? That's me. I'm Twilight.
Yep.
But there's a bit where the guy basically, like, he's very badly sliced in a bit in real Star Wars things. And he looks to the camera and says, God, I'm just so sick of all these Star Wars. It just, I don't know. It makes me laugh. Anyway.
Look, it's funny when you say it, but I am that man. I am that guy. I am sick of all these Star Wars.
I understand. I don't even know what this relates to, but Zero must have been doing some telepathy stuff because I had this note. I know you can read my mind, Zero. Meow, meow, meow. Oh! It was there's a Vulcan in Nova Squad.
Yes.
That is like mind talks back and says, "Oh, you can read my mind. I can read your mind too, motherfucker." Like,
Oh shit! Right, I've never seen one of these before.
The pointy ears should have been my clue.
Well, guess what, asshole? I'll just open the little door on the front of my suit and you can go insane. How about that?
Whoa. Wow, that's a disproportionate response if I ever saw one.
Well, don't... Shut up. Don't fuck with me. I'm having a bad day.
Zero, don't you have any sort of middle steps? It's just Armageddon or politeness. That's it.
I'm getting out of here.
Terrible. So I don't think these were ever mentioned before. If they were, I didn't notice them. But this episode confirms that there are sonic toilets.
Yes, I don't think I've ever seen anyone say that before either. So,
what?
Yeah.
I assume, so sonic showers, I think, are based on real science. I think at some point in the development of the original series or Next Gen, wherever they came up, they said this might be a thing at some point. Like vibrations can get the dirt off you or whatever. Okay, all right. So maybe the flush part is still more or less traditional, but there's like a bidet in there that's sonic.
Well, look, there's definitely a sonic bidet in the future because if there's one thing I've learned about Star Trek, it's that it's a good future where everything is better and bidets are amazing.
Yes. Everyone's got very pristine buttholes. They don't talk about that a lot, but
well, it doesn't come up a whole lot, but it is true.
Well, it's weird because that feels like a thing Lower Decks would do a whole episode about.
Oh God, seriously. They did a whole episode about the fucking jizz filter in the holodeck. So,
I mean, and that was a riff that we've all done. Like I expected that, but still,
I just don't understand why the toilets don't just beam poop into space or something.
Well, that was before we even started. You hit me to some other probably defunct now podcast where there was a whole discussion about that. I was like,
oh yeah.
British guys. I don't remember anything about it.
It was
but
called
I remember that
Make It So. That was
the
only Trek podcast I listened to. Him was like, I want to someday be as good as these guys.
Well, I think that was one of we had a few things in mind when we started. I want to kind of be like this or like that. We already had our own show, so we knew what our chemistry was. But in terms of how to talk about Star Trek, and I think that was one of your things you had brought in. Let's see what else.
There's a bit where the team all meet up in the mess hall, and I know everyone's eating, and I just noticed that Zero is just holding a glass.
Oh, I hope they get more into the sadness of not being corporeal. Like I said, I made a joke out of it in my summary, but really that scene between them and the Doctor was very good. Not being corporeal sucks. All these people talk about how things smell and how things feel, and we can't do that. And
just looking at their robot hands like, would but these hands could touch.
Alas. So forth. They also do a bit with Jenkum where he's visually they have smoothed his hair down, which I think is very good.
I love that so much. I thought that was so funny.
It's such a good cue. And he says this at one point. He's like, I'm working on being more civil. And that to me is the fundamental thing about a Tellarite character, like a race that has been established as a culture that's been established as being argumentative. That's their thing. And when we were working on Endeavor, that was Kutch's whole arc in the first season was like, on a Tellarite ship, I just get to argue with everyone all the time. Here, I have to be nice to people. I have to learn to tamp down, dial back my cultural conditioning, not to get rid of it because it's Star Trek and we should respect it. But also, we got to do a job, and I can't just be a dickhole the whole time.
Yeah, we got work to do. And
it was good.
Yeah,
it's just cool seeing decent writers follow a similar idea that we had. Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's like a great minds think alike thing, but pretty good minds think alike. Yeah. Let's say.
I just love the visual of his smooth down hair. He's trying so hard.
It's perfect. He tells you why later, but it immediately communicates what's going on. It's great.
Yep.
He's trying. He's really trying. And there's a point where he's working with other Starfleet cadet engineers, and he reaches for this might have been in the montage at the end of last season. I can't remember, but either way, he reaches for his fucking hammer, and then. Oh, it's his hand tool that he can switch to different things. And then he switches it to a wrench or something like that.
Yeah.
And they all wince. They're like, oh, God, he's going to hit it. And then he doesn't.
Yep.
All right.
No, Jenkum Pog has been paying attention in class.
Jenkum Pog reads books.
Jenkum Pog absolutely read Temporal Physics 101.
I mean, in engineering, that's the second. After reading the ship schematics, that's the thing they make you read.
Yeah. We're dealing with warp engines here. Jenkins absolutely needs to know how temporal mechanics work. Like,
also,
Dal, what are you doing?
Jenkins was partially responsible for creating a weird wormhole. And Jenkins wants to know what he did.
Jenkins is equally proud and ashamed of this development.
Mm-hmm.
It's complicated, but also you should name it after Jenkins.
Mm-hmm. They did some good continuity stuff, which this show always does well. Like, I mentioned this in my summary. They remembered that Voyager, the original Voyager, was in Geordi's museum.
Yep.
Like, there was otherwise no reason why they couldn't just haul the original ship out and continue. But they're like, wait, no, that one's retired. We said so. So we gotta create a new one, and that's fine. Like, giving the next ship an A, that's a long-standing Star Trek tradition. So
fucking Janeway just like, I want a new Voyager. Yeah, all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one's we haven't painted a name on this one. This could be Voyager.
Yeah, we'll make this one Voyager. That works fine.
Sure. And they also mentioned the Romulan evacuation, which is when Romulus exploded and like before Nero went back in time and all that.
Yep.
So like,
and Picard's
that's
like,
happening.
We should save people, and Starfleet's like, should we though?
They're the Romulans. We can just let them die.
Look, we're like peace and like getting along and everything. That's the whole Starfleet ideal. But I mean, like, we didn't blow up their sun.
Yeah, that was a supernova. And these guys are spacefaring culture. They should have known their sun was going to blow up. Like, how did they not know that?
They're just like, well, we do use like exploded stars for our engines. So like,
also every Romulan scientist has their findings and their secret findings.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to look at the different chart to see.
Well, and of course their secret findings have like a secret back door entrance to get into.
That is one of my least favorite world building things about the Romulans.
Yeah, it's deeply
Every
stupid.
Romulan house has a secret door. Shut up.
It's my secret, because we're a secret species.
Oh my God. You're not. Some of you are. I believe that their military and government are. That doesn't mean all the people are.
Your average Romulan on the street isn't like, well, I forgot my keys. I got to go in through the secret back door.
Fortunately, no one else can get in there. Like, a robber, it would never even occur to them to go into the secret door.
I guess it's
all
an
honor system door.
I guess it's all a moot point anyway because the planet exploded. But
well, now
their houses have no doors.
Yeah, that's true. But no, I like that detail. I like, and that also is a nice excuse for the fleet is spread a bit thin.
Yeah,
we can't get as many reinforcements as we might because everyone's helping. Like we're trying to help the Romulans. So, that makes sense. I also have the note here because they're hitting some of the Voyager stuff as they board the Voyager A, and as we see the Doctor and we hear Chakotay. There's a lot of Voyager stuff. I'm I said, they're managing to make me feel nostalgic for a show I mostly hated.
Yeah, basically.
Voyager had its moments, and we liked a lot of the characters. The plotting sucked.
Well, there's this Voyager video game coming out that I'm really excited about, and it's like, it captures all of the, Voyager, while ignoring all of the, Voyager.
Isn't it, you can build your own crew?
Yeah, you basically, it charts, the trip from, the first episode home, and you make all the big decisions. You tell the crew where to go. You can build,
but you don't have to do it with the guys that they did in the show.
No, specifically there's a bit in the trailer I saw where they're like, "Do you want to keep Tuvix around?" And I'm like, "Yes." That seems extremely useful to me.
You people never shut up about Tuvix.
Fine,
sorry,
whatever.
Okay? Jesus. Sorry about the Romulan evacuation thing.
Yeah.
I just saw an interesting thought on the Deep Space Nine subreddit where someone suggested if Sisko hadn't done In the Pale Moonlight, like all the shady shit there, would that have even happened? Like the fact that the Federation and the Romulans were kind of friendly after they killed that it's a fake guy. And it was just an interesting exploration of things are cooling off with the Romulans now because of the groundwork that Sisko laid.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, maybe.
I think that's interesting. Well, because the Klingons, like, they like Star Trek 6 is all about the Klingons having like a big disaster on their planet and like them joining us. So like, it's not impossible.
Well, for giant superpowers, I think that's about the only way in.
Yeah, basically.
Like, one of them has to endure something that makes them lose their power. Otherwise, you're just going to keep trying to beat each other up forever.
Yeah.
So, what else?
There's a shot right at the end of this episode where they're all sort of gathering together to like discuss what they're going to do next or something. And Murph just starts lounging in what I can only describe as a sexy lounge. And I hate it.
Sexy Murph is worse. You made it worse.
He does a real fucking Burt Reynolds on doing the fucking double page spread in whatever magazine that was.
It was Playgirl.
It was Playgirl? Okay. I thought it was Playgirl, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I understand. That just makes me miss our dead friend Pat, who reproduced that picture with his dog strategically placed.
He sure did.
Yeah. I had a framed picture of that. I took it down because it made me sad, but I still have it somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, that's all for this time. Next time, like I said, we will definitely be joined by Amanda. The episodes are entitled Who Saves the Saviors and Temporal Mechanics 101, which I think is pretty funny.
That is fucking funny. Okay.
So look forward to that. The website, postatomichorror.com. If you want to write to us, postatomichorror@gmail.com. We are 9 weeks away from being finished with this and doing a supplemental. So you might start considering writing into us.
Yeah, please.
If you're getting this via the Patreon, thank you. If not, patreon.com/Algar. You can get episodes way ahead of time. If you were listening to this on the regular feed right now and you decide to go donate to the Patreon, you could already hear Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
That's only 10 weeks away from us. So
we're almost there. I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah.
I love Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, exactly. And there's also lots of other stuff in there.
Yes.
So like we're doing new Nick and Willikins.
Yeah, we're just about to record a new Nick and Willikins.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've been putting advanced episodes of Contentment Corner, which are coming out again. Like, got the machine rolling again. It's great.
Yeah.
So check that out. And that's all for this time.
Yeah. See ya, folks.
The Post-Atomic Horror Podcast is a co-production of Maggie Robotham and Ron Algar Watt. Copyright 2025. Please don't sue us. We're just doing this for fun.